Hey everyone, thanks for joining me and welcome back to our Kilkenny homestead. Now it's early January and we're right in the middle of storm season. And like a lot of good people out there, we've invested too much time and effort into the tunnels you see behind me to risk losing them to Mother Nature. So today we're fitting some windbreak netting all around, and you can see for yourself how easy it is to do and pick up some tips and tricks along the way. Now the first tip is when you're buying windbreak netting, sometimes it can help if you look for builder's netting or scaffold netting instead of looking for horticultural netting, as the seller selling horticultural netting knows that you've got an end use for it and will whack the price up accordingly. The other thing to be aware of is the shade value of that netting. Now builder's netting is going to be heavy stuff and will probably be a 50% shade value, but you can get 20, 30, 40% shade value, whatever suits your specific application. The next tip, as I mentioned, storm season, is a website called nullschool.com, and Nullschool will give you live updates on circulation systems and local weather in your area and storms that are coming across. So let's get into it. So to get started, let's take a closer look at the windbreak netting. This is a 50% shade value netting. It's a 2 meter tall by 50 meter long roll, and it cost us roughly €100, just a little over. So that'll give you an idea of your price range and what you should be expecting to pay. Okay, so we're going to start down here at the back of the tunnels. As you see over there, I fitted some already last year and we ran out of material and I never got back to it since. Now what we used to fit the other ones was cable ties and staples, 10mm industrial staples. Since then my stapler has broken and I've not got another one. So this time what I've done is I've just painted some planks with weatherproof wood stain, drilled a couple of holes, and we're going to screw each plank down, and that'll spread the load of the net, keeping it nice and secure during the storms. Other than that, it's really simple, guys. Cable ties, scissors, snips, a knife maybe. That's it. It's pretty simple stuff. So let's get started. Oh, by the way, for any of you who are our regular viewers, you probably noticed for once I have no wind noise in the video. Yay! But the reason for that is because this is the calm before the storm. There's a massive circulation on its way here that's due to hit in the next 24 hours. So getting this job done ASAP is mega important. Let's go. The first thing to be aware of, I'll just try and get this up close on the camera. On the netting, you'll have a section like this. It's usually marked with a different color thread, sometimes black. And in that is little gaps, and that's where your cable ties go through when you're supporting them on the top or whatever you're attaching them to high up to hang them up, okay?
The fastest way to do this, I found, is to start at the top and work your way down. So hang up your first corner and attach your first side. Once you've got it suspended across the top, you can then tension the net from the bottom. Having the net as tight as possible is essential, because if it flaps around in the wind, it's eventually going to tear or wear out the fixings, and then it's game over for the tunnel. Another handy tip is to use a rake or a sweeping brush, something with a narrow handle, to help make the roll easier to move along. Just speeds the process up. Worth mentioning also that I'm only going to cover the tunnel. I'm not going to go the whole way up, as I don't want to block out any of the light getting to the outdoor raised beds.
Hang on, I gotta show you this. Can we see him? Where are you, Ted? Hey, you buddy. What are you singing about, mate? Get off me netting, bud. Get down, down. Good boy. Anyway, moving along. That much done. Now all we got to do, tighten up our cable ties all along the top, fit a few more. That's it, job done, simple as that. So we haven't just used it down on the tunnels, we've also used it here. And to protect the gateway, we also put some here. Just like that. Oh, I also seem to have made it rain. Looks like we finished just in time. We got our solar panels protected, we got our polytunnels protected, and we've got our solar gateway protected with the wind netting. So that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me once again. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe. Do take care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.